minute you come back home,
そうだね。Come on, let's go. Yeah, I know. Not that car. We're not driving that car, babe. Driving this. Come on. This is our new Kei Car, babe. It's a little.
It's ugly.
It's ugly? How cool is it? It's a Subaru. Didn't you always want a Subaru?
I never said that. I'm so shocked.
Why?
Is your company's?
No, my company wouldn't have this. This is our new Kei Car. I'm serious. Alright, so all jokes aside, obviously that's not my car and I'm back in the Skyline. Evidently May didn't find that joke too funny. Yeah, so the car's not mine. I'm holding it for Elbow. He needed to be able to store it at my house for a couple days, just because he's in the process of getting a new car and he's currently got it for the new car that he's getting for a week to try it out. And then after that, he's going to take it back. So I've got it for a few days to look after. We're going to do a full video on it because it's actually an interesting car. It's a Subaru R2. So we'll do a full video of that and tear down of the car and show you guys what it's all about because it's a very interesting Kei car. I think it's even turboed and all that kind of stuff, so it's kind of interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna focus on driving and I'll leave you guys to it. Okay, so it's actually the next day now. Yesterday just got completely kind of cancelled with filming and stuff. I got called into work and had to work a super late shift, didn't get home till 2, 3 a.m. So today we're going to be prepping the Skyline for a drift event that's happening this Friday on the 24th. What's really cool about this event is it's actually an event put on by Hamada-san. Hamada-san was that young kind of university student that owned that white S15 that you saw in a Tsukuba 1000 video a while back. And he's the guy that's Japan's #1 champion at Gran Turismo, the PlayStation racing car game. He's been doing grip running since he was 12 years old and all that, so he's super good. And he only just started drifting. I think when we last saw him in that previous video, it was his second time and he was absolutely killing it. He sent me a video after he got an angle kit on his third time ever drifting and he was perfectly mimicking Oka-chan around the Tsukuba 1000 course. So I kind of was super butthurt because I'm like, man, this guy's been out there 3 times and he's already killing it. But I don't have that racing experience since I was 10 or 12 years old of constant grip stuff and understanding how to handle a car and how to drive a car. So anyways, putting that all aside, I was just kind of you know what, for me, that's only ever driven a car for daily use and never really gotten into race car driving and understood how to control my car, I think I'm doing pretty good. So anyways, we're actually going with some new front tires today. We're gonna get these fitted on an SDF. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff to do as well. I'm actually really excited about these because I'm finally running some decent front tires, Nankang AR1s. These actually cost cheaper than the Zestinos that I normally put on, which are a cheap semi-slick. So I was really pumped about that deal from Amazon Prime, so that was good. Anyways, enough talking. Let's jump in the car and get started with today. Okay, so I made it to SDF. Really crappy thing happened. No matter how many times I manually put the pin here, no matter how many times I manually selected the pin to be here, Google Maps auto-corrected it back to the old location where SDF was. And I thought it was a bit strange because I'm like, man, I've never been this way before. Why is Google taking me this way? And I just assumed it was trying to take me a different route because it was really bad traffic. But that wasn't the case. And then it turned out that it took me to the old location and that was another 40 minutes away from here. So I feel like a complete idiot and should have triple checked that, and I will from now on. But anyways, we're gonna go inside and change these tires out, which means I've killed a bunch of time that I need to kind of recoup somehow. So we're gonna be rushing for the rest of the day, I think. Okay, so we're done mounting the tires and I got the wheels and everything in the car now. But before I leave, because I'm in a hurry, I wanted to show you this old Sil 80 here that Denny picked up, and the story is essentially, as you can tell by looking at it, it sat in someone's yard somewhere and rotted away, and they no longer had a use for it or a need for it. They weren't into drifting and driving anymore, and obviously it just sat there. And he's actually saving it, and he's going to be restoring this to one of his rental drift cars. He's going to turn it into a badass drift car. It already, you know, was a drift car back in the day, if you can tell just by looking in there, the seats and everything. There you go. It's caged out and everything, but it's just, it doesn't run right now. It's got some Advan Racing Oni trice on there on the front. Not sure what's on the rear, but this thing is cool as hell. It smells like mold on the inside. I got a good whiff of that. But overall, I just love the fact that like they bought this car, Denny got this car, and he's restoring it and he's turning it into one of their drift cars that they're going to rent out to people whenever they want to come to Japan and drift all the local tracks and stuff. It's just cool seeing people saving cars like this, you know. It's got the bricks as well. Damn. It's got some rare parts on here. And one other thing I noticed is, see how the glass here says 180SX, right? Which makes sense because it's a 180SX here in Japan. But the rear light says 200SX. Now that'll be because of two reasons. I'm pretty certain that he broke the lights and bought them and got them from somewhere online or something like that. But at the time when the S14 was made and the 180SX and the S13, there was a period where some of the 180SX were badged on the glass here as a 200SX. Now that's the same as my 180 in Australia. It's got 200SX in the glass here and 200SX on the back. So, and it even says it on the engine plate on my car in Australia. But this one was definitely 180SX. You can tell just because it's on the glass there. So he's bought these lights from another car and put them on. But one other cool, really rare piece of stuff is this 180SX factory. I'm pretty sure that was a factory option that came out. But like having that there in the glass was the thing as well. Anyways, kind of cool to see. This thing just sat, like, look at that really cool old Greddy turbo gauge. It's so cool. Anyways, we'll follow this and see how it turns out as he restores it and fixes it up. Definitely doesn't run right now, we know that for a fact. I think he said the hood's latched, so that's what it looks like in there. So you can definitely tell it hasn't run in a very long time, and yeah, like it's pretty bad. So he's gonna fix her up, get her running, make her shine again. Look at that, there's like a little can of something in that pipe there to block it off. This literally probably last ran in like late 90s, early 2000s, and then sat in the car park and did nothing for like the last like 10, 20 years or something, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna head now. Okay guys, so the crappiest thing happened on my way home. I was in a rush to get to the post office before they closed, and I had, you know, not much time and all that type of stuff. So I wasn't thinking, and I went through a stop sign, gave way instead of stopping completely, and a little ninja Japanese police officer jumped out of the bushes with his little whistle around his neck, blowing it at me, pointing at me, telling me to pull over. At that point I didn't actually know that I'd gone through a stop sign, and that's because here in Japan stop signs are an upside down triangle, just like a give way sign in Australia. So I was just focusing on trying to get somewhere as quick as I could, and I guess like, and there was no like straight line there as well, which indicates that you need to stop on the road. So yeah, I don't know, wasn't concentrating, just assumed it was give way and didn't really think about it, and went through a stop sign, and he gave me a $70 US ticket, roughly, so 7,000 yen, and I lost 2 points off my license. Now here in Japan you get 6 points every year, so this is the first time I've ever had any issues with the police. I'm just kind of bummed, you know, because like it wasn't obvious that it was a stop like location, but, and I mean, he was super sneaky, jumping out of the bush, like literally was hiding in the bushes and jumped out. Like, anyways, whatever. I've got 7 days to pay this, not a month or anything like that, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I'll just go to the post office and pay it. But it just sucks, you know what I mean? Anyways, F the police, right? So, in case you can't notice, we are losing light. I don't have much time left. I need to smash out changing the gearbox oil in this as well as the diff oil. So I'm going to set you guys up on a time lapse. I'm going to set up lights and everything, spray myself with the stuff to keep the mosquitoes from biting me, and we're just going to smash this out, and then I'll talk to you guys after that. So I'm going to try and cheer myself up and just work on my car and enjoy it. So let's get started on that. Okay, so it's late. I just got back from test driving the car. Everything feels awesome, and I'm super pumped for Friday's drift event at Tsukuba 1000. One thing I did want to actually bring up is the headlamp that I was using that you would have seen in the time lapse. These are such a lifesaver, even if you're not working on your car at night time. Even just like getting under your car and stuff like that, to be able to have that light there and not having to like hold a light, move a light around and stuff like that. It's just so good, and you can aim it and point it wherever you're working. Anyways, this particular one I actually got off Amazon in the States, and they shipped it out here to Japan. And the person that actually sells these is actually Ishin from C0 Media. He started up kind of, I guess, like a side company kind of thing. And he's selling these things, and I have to admit, this is the first headlamp I've ever owned, and I just wanted to kind of like get you guys onto them. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to get a really cheap, reliable. I think it came to like 20 or 30 bucks or something like that. Anyways, it's got like a whole bunch of modes and settings. You can zoom in, zoom out, change like the how big and the spread and everything of the light is, as well as it's got different modes. It's got like super bright, it's got medium, and then it's got like, you know, flashing warning, emergency modes and stuff like that. And the best thing is it's rechargeable. So you just simply plug this bad boy into a USB port. It's like the new Android port, like the Micro B, and just recharge it up, good to go. So pretty happy with that. Thanks Ishin for sending that to me. Yeah, I had no idea how much I actually needed a headlamp in my life until he sent that to me. So I just wanted to encourage you guys, if you work on cars, especially late at night, as well as if you're always under a car, it's a good thing to have because it's just always there and you don't have to muck around with lights. Another thing you don't have to worry about, right? Anyways, so everything got done today. A little bit of crap with, it was a bit crappy with the fine that I got, but I need to be more careful next time. And then what else happened today? I don't know. I'm just excited that my car's ready for the drift event, because today was just crazy busy and I ran out of time. And yeah. Anyway, let's end the vlog there. I'm slurring because I'm so tired. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to send me anything, PO box is down in the description. Tell me in the comment section what you thought. If you have any questions or anything like that, happy to answer. Always read all your comments. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Ja mata ne.